The NFL never stops, and we have some hot updates involving two big names in the league. Darius Slay might be gearing up for a new chapter in his career, and the possibilities are pretty interesting. Meanwhile, Carlton Davis made an unexpected revelation about one of the league's most intense coaches, something that could even impact his next decision. You don't want to miss any details of these stories, so go ahead and hit the like button, and let's get to the news. Darius Slay isn't ready to say goodbye to the field just yet. The veteran Eagles cornerback wants at least one more season before considering retirement. During his appearance on the St. Brown podcast this Wednesday, 19th, he chatted with brothers Amon-Ra and Equanimeous St. Brown and made it clear that despite being in the final year of his contract with Philly, he still has plenty left in the tank. "I have one more year, but you guys know how this works," Slay said. "If I don't stay, we'll see what happens because I want to play one more year. And if not with the Eagles? Well, Detroit is also on his radar." Slay started his career with the Lions in 2013 and spent 7 seasons there, so a return to the team that drafted him wouldn't be a bad idea. "Two places I'd always want to be are Philadelphia and Detroit," the defender stated. At 34 years old, Slay finally won his first Super Bowl in the Eagles' victory over the Chiefs. However, the 2024 season had a curious detail. For the first time since his rookie year, he finished the regular season without an interception. But he made up for it with a pick in the wild card game against the Packers. Currently, Slay is under contract with the Eagles through the end of 2025, taking up $13.8 million of the team's cap, according to Over the Cap. If released after June 1st, Philly could free up $4.3 million in cap space. In other words, the veteran's future is still up in the air, but one thing is certain: he doesn't want to stop now. So, Eagles fans, does Slay still have a place on the team, or is it time for a new chapter? Drop your thoughts in the comments. But now, speaking of career-changing decisions, Carlton Davis opened up about something few players discuss publicly. Carlton Davis has barely arrived in Detroit, and he already seems to have found his ideal coach. The cornerback, who brought exactly the energy and confidence he promised upon joining the Lions, saw his 2024 season cut short due to a broken jaw. But now, as he heads into free agency, he's on the radar of several teams and is expected to land a major contract in the coming years. However, money isn't everything. If the financial offers are similar, factors like team environment and culture can make all the difference in Davis's decision. And from the looks of it, Dan Campbell might be a huge factor in that. During his appearance on the Slightly Decent podcast this week, Davis shared some stories that highlight why the Lions head coach is unlike any other he has worked with. One of them came from Detroit's loss to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in Week 2, which was marked by a clock management blunder at the end of the first half. The team got confused while trying to stop the clock, and a substitution error led to a penalty, costing them 3 points, which ultimately turned into a 4-point swing. After halftime, Campbell took the blame in his interview with reporter Laura Ochman and reinforced it in his post-game press conference, saying, "Your head coach cost you." But according to Davis, what Campbell said publicly was the same thing he told the team in the locker room, only with even more emotion. "He came into the locker room, man, and he was crying. He said, 'Blame your coach. You can blame me, you can blame me,'" Davis recalled. "I've never, in 20 years of playing football, had a coach say, 'I lost this game for you guys.' But there were a lot of other plays we could have made." Davis emphasized that Campbell not only takes responsibility, but also knows how to appreciate his players in a way he's never seen before. "He talks to you almost every day in practice in the locker room. A few times during the season, after a good game, he'd come up to me and say, 'Man, you're playing really well.' And he says it in front of the whole team," Davis shared. "He praises you in front of everyone. That had never happened to me before." And it's not just the star players. Campbell makes a point to highlight even the small details that often go unnoticed. Like Amon-Ra St. Brown blocking. He goes in and lays a shoulder on someone, something that isn't always glorified, but Campbell makes sure to point it out in front of the team. "This is what I'm talking about," Davis explained. "He gives you your flowers. A lot of coaches don't do that." At the end of the day, Davis's connection with Campbell seems strong enough to influence his future. He's a real one. My favorite coach, I won't lie, the corner said. That's why I was out there trying to break my jaw for him. Now Davis has to see what offers come in during free agency, but if his admiration and respect for Dan Campbell play a role, staying in Detroit could be a very appealing option. Slay wants to keep playing, but is his future really in Philadelphia? Meanwhile, Carlton Davis might have multiple offers on the table, but what truly influences his decision could surprise a lot of people. Now we just have to wait and see. To make sure you don't miss any updates on your favorite team, go ahead and subscribe to the channel.